Hello.
Hi there. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I bet you've had a full day of radio interviews.
Oh, this is my first one. Or this is my
Well,
second.
how are you today?
My second one. Sorry. I'm great. How are you?
Very good. So we're talking with Paul, correct?
That's correct. And you're correct.
Okay. So a lot of questions for you today, Paul. I was not familiar with your band. When we started playing the single, I actually thought it was a singular person. And I looked up more information about the band. And I have to tell you, I'm a lyrical person. I get attached to lyrics very easily. And your song, If This Is the Last Time, floored me.
Oh, thank you so much.
And I thought it was just me, just being a girl, just being, you know, with everything going on, the pandemic, the world around us. And I got a letter from one of our listeners who took the time to write and tell me that not only was she happy that we played a band she'd never heard of, but the lyrics struck her in such a way that she wanted to thank us for taking a chance on a band.
Wow.
And a song that stood out to her. And
Wow.
I wanted to make sure that you knew that, because it's not very often that a song will move a listener enough to push a pen across paper.
I mean, that's absolutely incredible. And when you say that, I would say like there's very little things in life in general that cause somebody to push a pen to paper. You know, we're so quick and just kind of bombarded with stuff and so busy and always multitasking. But you know, putting a pen to paper like that, clearly it really meant something to her, and I really, really appreciate that. Thanks.
I'm sure that when you wrote the song, it was clearly not with what's going on in mind. What was the inspiration for the lyrics?
So yeah, I'm in a band. There's 3 guys in the band, and we play like 100 to 120 shows every year.
Yeah.
We go out there and we tour. That's how we built this thing. And I was coincidentally on a flight from Shanghai to Beijing last year, and was thinking about how I hadn't seen some of my family members in a really long time. And some of them are getting older. Everyone's like in pretty good health, but I was thinking, you know, the next time I see some of them could be the last time. And I just wrote that down in my phone. I knew that once like tour would end, that we would be going into the studio to begin writing for album 3. And so I just typed "If This Is the Last Time" down on my phone. And we took 2 weeks after tour. We went to Nashville, got a little house out in the woods, and set aside time to write. And that was the first song. I pulled it up on my phone. We sat around a kitchen table and we wrote it line by line and made sure it was absolutely perfect.
I want to let everyone know we're talking with Paul from LANY. You are a 3-piece band, and this particular album, it's the 3rd album, Mama's Boy. The song fits so well with what's going on in the world. It could really apply to so many different situations, you know, a graduation, a funeral,
Totally.
the pandemic, but
Totally.
it's just so lyrically brilliant that and I'm not telling you this because I'm actually speaking with you. It is my favorite song on the radio right now. There's just something about it that is so sweet and so tender, and at the same time, so makes you so vulnerable.
Sure.
I love it.
Thank you. It was a real, like, it was an actual joy to write. It was not an easy song to write. Thinking about the potentials. You know, I'm so lucky and fortunate that I still have both of my parents still alive and here with me. I know that that's not the case for everybody, but it wasn't the easiest song imagining, you know, saying goodbye to your parents, but it was certainly worth it. And we were able to shoot a music video where we brought all of our parents in for the music video. And I definitely underestimated how emotional that was going to be, singing that to my mom on camera for the first time, but we all had a great time.
The video is very powerful. have to tell everyone, go look up the video. It's on YouTube. Go see it. It will bring a tear to your eye. But at the end, the song, when I hear it every time at the end, I just think it's a reminder. It's just a reminder to take advantage of the time that we do have. So you come out, you have this hit on your hands, and you can't tour behind it. That has to just be the worst.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's been a tough year, to say the least, I think, for everybody, obviously. But look, there's two ways you can come out of this. You can come out ahead or behind. And so I'm determined to come out ahead. And I'm believing and preparing even for the best next year. You have to. So we've got a world tour already booked and scheduled in hopes that things do open back up and a vaccine is made available if you want to take it, you know? And so, yeah, just fingers crossed and trying to stay optimistic and positive.
So this tour, you said world tour, and I hope that means, you know, not only the UK, which I read UK, Ireland dates, but does that mean US?
Oh, yes, ma'am. It would start in North America. And what's so interesting is, like, we've actually never played Des Moines.
No, you haven't.
And but we've been there a lot. Like, had a lot of days off there. What's that? I've had like Zombie Burger like 7 times probably.
You're right close to us.
Yeah. And there's also just a really cool, like, shout out to Anthony Muse, Muse Clothing. He's a kid based out of Iowa, Des Moines. Like, Kylie Jenner's wearing his stuff right now, but I met him in Des Moines on like a day off. But super good people there. I just don't know why. I think there isn't a nice middle-sized room in the city or something.
Yep, it's perfect. We're right in between all these big cities. So we get a lot of bands that come through that are going to do those medium-sized. It's a perfect spot. We've got the great food. We've got the great shopping. We've got great venues. So we would love to have you come through.
We'd love to be there.
And I hope it becomes a reality.
Me too.
Well, I hope you guys get a chance not only to come through. Best of luck on this 3rd record.
Thank you.
I mean, you've got a hit on your hands for sure.
That's crazy for me to hear you say. Like, that's what I've been wanting to hear for a long time. So thank you so much.
When I have listeners telling me and telling their friends about a song that at first you kind of think it's just a sleeper hit, you know, but it just keeps moving and moving and moving people to write to me about this song. That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
Thank you so much. That makes me really happy. Thank you.
Well, Paul, it's been great talking to you. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to chat with us, and fingers crossed you make a stop in Des Moines 2021. Okay.
At the very least for Zombie Burger.
All right. We'll meet you for Zombie Burger.
Yeah.
Thanks, Paul.
Bye.
Bye.